With their ageless wisdom, the ancient Stoics once trod the same earth as us. They also had to deal with diversions, temptations, and the burden of unhealthy habits. But what if I told you that they left behind a manual, a roadmap, to aid us through the challenges of the modern world? Welcome to the 10 Stoic secrets that will completely change the way you think about your daily routine. You're in the right spot if you're fed up with living a life dictated by your habits and ready to take charge of your resilience and purpose. But first, here's a challenge for you before we go in. If you're new here and you're serious about growth and change, click the notification bell and subscribe. On purpose. Above results. It happens often that we get enamored with the results. We want for triumph, love, and prosperity. On the other hand, Stoicism emphasizes the value of intention over result. You see, results are frequently out of our control, but intentions are always in our power. It was remarked by Marcus Aurelius, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." It is our intentions that hold true power. Remain intent on your goals, and the results will come. How does this relate to habits, one may think? Good intentions grow within us and our actions follow suit. Intentions that are poor or misinformed are often the root cause of bad habits. As a result, consider the motivation behind your actions. Is it a matter of actual progress, pain, or boredom? 2. The power of pause. How frequently do we respond to events without pausing to consider our options? Our poor behaviors frequently stem from that first instinct or reaction. The Stoic path teaches us the value of pausing. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do, declared Epictetus. This entails realizing the value of taking deliberate action. We can react instead of responding when we pause. The two are very different from one another. Reacting is impetuous, whereas responding is deliberate. We have to learn the pause if we want to break a negative habit. It allows us the room to consider our next course of action. 3. Accept uncomfort. Comfort zones are nice, are they not? But they also have limitations. The usefulness of discomfort was a secret that the Stoics thoroughly knew. They were proponents of pushing boundaries and challenging oneself. Insightfully, Seneca once stated, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Growth can only occur when we are uncomfortable." The reason habits develop is that they are comforting. Eating an extra piece of cake, binge-watching television, or putting things off all provide instant gratification. However, over time they impede our advancement. We can overcome these patterns by intentionally deciding to be uncomfortable. We convince ourselves that short-term suffering can result in long-term joy. This is about knowing the difference between unhealthy comfort and true relaxation, not about torturing oneself. The next time you find yourself about to relapse into an unhealthy habit, ask yourself if the comfort is really worth the trouble. 4. Take a daily self-reflection. It's transformative to take some time each day to think back on what we have done. This was a practice upheld by the Stoics. We can learn more about our habits by comprehending our day, our choices, and our feelings. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, stated Lucius Annaeus Seneca. We may enjoy and learn from the present when we reflect on it. Here, journaling is an effective tool. Writing down your ideas for even a short period of time each day can have a profound impact. Patterns become apparent through introspection. You'll start to see which behaviors bring about negativity and which bring about good. When trying to kick undesirable behaviors, this realization is often helpful. Confronting your facts may not come easily at first, but remember that self-awareness is the first step towards growth. You're facing yourself, something many would never dare to do. That is admirable. 5. Use nature as a guide. The Stoics held that one should harmonize with nature, comprehend its flow and rhythm, and draw lessons from it. Given the right conditions, nature can overcome any impediment since it is robust and adaptable. Whatever Marcus Aurelius said, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. This is a lesson we may use to daily routines. Change takes time, as demonstrated by the patience and tenacity of nature. The art of persistence can be learned from nature. When attempting to break a bad habit, see it as sowing a seed. It will grow with patience, care, and time. It will change. Not to mention that even in this technological age, spending time in nature may be healing. A stroll in the park or some time spent in the garden might help clear the head when things get overwhelming. 6. Convert your fear to curiosity. Fear may be a devastating barrier or a potent motivator. But what if our perspective on terror might be altered? Rather than regarding it as an obstacle, we approach it with interest. When dread starts to take hold, ask yourself, why am I afraid? What lessons does this teach me? Stoicism is a gift of this reinterpretation. Epictetus once stated, "It's not things that upset us, it's our judgment about things." This is a smart statement. A shift in viewpoint or judgment can have a profound impact. There is an underlying worry whenever we face a negative habit. Perhaps it's a fear of change itself, of being judged, or of failing. We can better comprehend and deal with this anxiety if we have an inquiring mind about it. Fear may cause us to only perceive problems, while curiosity can bring us to solutions. For a moment, imagine yourself in the midst of an overwhelming chore that makes your heart race just thinking about it. Now swap out your fear for curiosity. Consider the steps, the trip, and the result. That change, doesn't it feel liberating? Additionally, you're demonstrating a unique curiosity just by seeing this video. Use it wisely. 7. Appreciate simplicity. Overcomplication may work against advancement. We occasionally overthink or overdo things to the point that we lose focus on our objectives. We learn the beauty of simplicity from Stoicism. Like a story, so is life. What matters is not how long it is, but how good it is, as the wise man Seneca reminds us. The quality, not the number, is what matters most. Simple acts can result in significant transformation if they are repeated. Why not start small when trying to stop a habit rather than setting huge, intimidating goals? Daily little steps can eventually add up to large strides. With this strategy, the journey seems less overwhelming and more doable. With everything going on in the world these days and information coming in at all angles, simplicity sometimes seems like a luxury. Yet you can combat unhealthy habits more successfully if you eliminate the superfluous and concentrate on what's really important. Keep it simple. Keep it authentic. 8. Make self-compassion a priority. It's simple to turn into our own worst enemy when confronting negative behaviors. While we may punish ourselves for every error or misstep, Stoicism takes a more forgiving stance. It demands that we have empathy for ourselves. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love, says Marcus Aurelius in a beautiful way. Let's not squander this opportunity by being unduly critical of ourselves. It's essential to realize and accept that obstacles are a necessary part of the process. When you make a mistake, speak to yourself gently rather than blaming yourself. This means accepting that growth is a journey with ups and downs, not that you should become complacent. Remember the Stoic approach. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would a close friend in this day and age of perfectionism, where every imperfection can be amplified. True transformation may be sparked by this kindness. 9. Take part in the present. There are always going to be distractions, from the incessant beeps from our gadgets to the rigors of everyday existence. It's simple to be somewhere else than the present moment. However, Stoicism highlights the value of the now. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality, as Seneca once observed. We can spare ourselves needless pain by establishing our roots in the here and now. Being completely present in your efforts is essential while trying to break undesirable behaviors. Clarity can arise from being aware of every decision, deed, and thinking. If your thoughts stray into the past or worry about the future, gently draw them back to the present now. Right now is the time to make a change. It's really difficult, particularly in the hectic environment of today. But keep in mind that you're aiming for something that not everyone sees. You are choosing a life of quality over existence when you make the decision to be present. 10. Develop resilience. Unpredictably, life will toss you curveballs. It matters not how severe the blow is at these times, but rather how powerful our recovery is. Resilience in the face of hardship or setbacks is a lesson that Stoicism imparts. Our success in changing our habits is based on how well we can recover from setbacks. According to Epictetus, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Allow challenges to highlight your strengths. Resilience development is similar to muscle building. The more obstacles you overcome head-on, the stronger you get. Consider a setback in your attempt to kick a harmful habit a teaching opportunity rather than a failure. Accept it, grow from it, and move past it. The process of eliminating harmful habits is a marathon, not a sprint. Furthermore, any marathon runner will tell you that endurance matters more than speed. Develop resilience, and you will not only have the fortitude to break bad habits, but also be able to overcome all of life's obstacles and prosper. It's admirable to strive for self-improvement, and by studying these timeless lessons, you're equipping yourself with timeless knowledge. Although habits might appear unshakable, everything is doable if you have perseverance, empathy, and understanding. Now, a special thank you to you for recommending this topic for the video. As we stated in our last video, the direction of the content is decided by you, our loyal Stoic viewers. Please leave a remark below if you have any questions about any Stoic theme or subject. Our next video will be directed by the remark that receives the most likes. And by the way, please give a recommendation a thumbs up if you find one that speaks to you. Our goal is to create content that inspires you and advances your Stoic path. We would be so grateful if you could share, like, and subscribe to our video if you thought it was worthwhile. Together, let's keep constructing this Stoic community. Do you want more Stoic wisdom? Look at this video that just appeared on your screen. We appreciate your presence and look forward to delving deeper into Stoicism with you in our forthcoming videos. Until then, happy watching.